CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken's here back today with another Boom Beach video, and in today's video, guys, we went in for one single attack, which might be enough for the rest of the season. I know it's early, it's only Thursday, but yeah, we're gonna take a look at what's been working, what has not been working, what you need to know, some interesting base designs, attack strategies, tech, all the good stuff, everything you need to know going into the final weekend of season 65. Now, overall, I have enjoyed this season. I find it hard to separate the seasons I do well from the ones that I struggle with, because it's like, when I'm not doing as well, I'm typically playing a lot more, right? So when you're doing really good, you're typically hiding more and collecting. So yeah, we'll talk more about that later on. But here's where we're at for right now, guys. The base still worked. It still worked. We went in for one hit. And it's nice because now we're sitting on a win streak, and if we wait a little bit, we'll get that first win of the day again. If we do need another 25 stars, we're going to keep that in the tank. So we'll go over the hit. But first, I would say copy this base, guys. I mean, it's not really a meta base, but I think that's what makes it good, is it's off meta. It's got the sky shield on the side. It's one that I copied, but the one that I copied didn't have the sky shield or the doom cannon. So I figured what would make it more annoying, and I thought the sky shield might be tricky because a lot of players are using bombardiers. Even if they're not, with HCRC, you're typically flaring, you know, at the end of the attack, right? So it just makes it a little bit more annoying. And the idea is we want to slow people down, right? So if we can keep them under 2 minutes, that gives us a chance to win, in my opinion. So yeah, so Kavan ended up being the hero of choice, you know, for the final end meta. I know a lot of people went with Bullet. I shouldn't say that. Bullet was also just equally as good, depending on the troops. But I think with Speed Serum, since it doesn't affect flying troops, I think that makes a huge difference. Don't have artillery, don't have barrage, still have stuff to get back here. So I would go, you know, from this point. Once you get to 7, some people were asking me what's the order. I'd go exactly the same way I did. Heavies, heavy chopper, back here. If you don't have it already, if you do, great. Bombardier, then troop damage, then speed serum. Remote defib works well with HCRC. What you can do is you can actually, if we look on my base, for example, you could do like a couple rifle drops or a couple defib drops, and then put down like 2 rocket choppers on that side, something like that, or 1 rocket chopper, and clear out that whole side. And then while you're free clearing up here, and then you're kind of flaring and shocking. So that can work really well. Speed serum, great for the bombardiers. The guy that we beat, actually, he had speed serum with his bomber. So I want to take a look at this. I haven't actually watched this hit yet, and see what happened. He has. This guy took all the negative nodes, it looks like, because he's got minus 30 GBE. He's missing 10% DBD, which means he's probably got all the good stuff at the very end. But let's take a look. So he went, did he go 2-6? 3, 6, 7? No, he's got one more boat. I don't know what he plans to do with that one. But it looks like all of his bombers are going to hit these mines. He's going to hit that 5-pack right there, it looks like. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. And we only won this by a handful of seconds, guys. So I mean, that's how good. He lost all of his troops at the very beginning. So alright, so there we go. So there's the speed serum. There's the speed serum. He's shocking the boom cannon. Whew. This is a rough one to watch. I'm sorry, Kynep. Alright, now I don't have critter launchers either. So critter launchers are very good for slowing down bombers, especially if you're going to use critter launchers. I feel like you have to have a sky shield, because you're just not going to get that, that benefit from them. Like, ideally with critter launchers is you want the bombers to get hung up on them for a minute. So, you know, they still work. I mean, don't get me wrong, but they're very easy to maneuver around when you can either flare past them or shock them. So, yeah, I find you get a big benefit doing it that way. So This is about when I tuned in, when I finished my hit, and he was coming into these last 2 ERs, and I was a little bit nervous, not gonna lie, because if I messed this one up, then it meant that we were gonna have to, fully go back in and completely collect. The only thing that sucked was I got first one of the day, and I only got 13 stars for some reason. Usually it's 15. So he's got the last engine. He's got the speed serum, which did make a pretty big difference. But those mines again, no, actually he went around the mines. So had he kept all his troops there at the beginning, he probably would have beat me. But I'll show you how my hit went here. Now, again, kind of strange. He's got the critter launcher. Does he have the Doom Cannon somewhere? I don't understand why he's got all these negative nodes. Or it seemed like he had all these negative nodes, but he didn't have the last prototype. Kind of strange. But yeah, so here's what we did. And you see what I meant with the critter launchers there? Like, very easily shockable. So we can deal with them. They did slow us down a little bit, but it's not like to the point where we're going to get seriously hung up on them. I was a little bit worried here because it looked like we weren't getting a great split. But the thing was, he had so many defenses, like kind of in the middle here. I knew the bombers were going to track back that way at some point. I didn't know how many were going to go there. And we ended up getting the absolute perfect split. They avoided the mines. They went down on the side. Again, critter launcher open to shock it fairly quickly. So, yeah, we're focused on shocking critter launchers number 1, shock launchers number 2, and then everything else goes into second winds because we don't have barrage, we don't have artillery, right? So we can't use extra GBE to flare to take out stuff. And yeah, so this plan here was just to free clear until that engine was down. What I should have done, looking back on this, is I actually should have flared this engine first. And that would have... There were so many bombers here, probably wouldn't make a big difference, but that moves everybody in the middle, and then by the time you flare the last one, they're already standing there, so they don't have to walk twice. Because the biggest... what slows the bombers down the most is switching between targets. So if you have to combine walking with switching, they take... Like, they sit there for a minute, and then they shoot. So if you can avoid that, then that's typically good. But yeah, I think I might be hanging it up here, guys. We'll see. I did want to show you guys a really good base. Where this one, DK's base. I think this will be like a good... Oh, he changed it. That looks like the base that we just attacked. Let's take a quick peek here. Maybe Orion's got a nice one. Nope, that's standard from the other day. Maybe he's parked too. There was one that I saw... It was like front loaded. This one looks pretty interesting. This one I might give a whirl, guys. King of Smurfs, because I know he was 22 recently, so he just made a decent push. But I think he also hit 24. Yeah, 24, 29, so he's scrambling. Let's check out some of these guys on the top here. Seedmeyer, he's usually got a good base. I mean, something like this is probably what I would go with. I mean, this is going to be hard to go wrong. I like the Sky Shield over the Shock Blaster on the right side. If we can find Knight Wada, he's always got the defense bases. And it'd be interesting to see how he's doing with that kind of setup. If we can find it. Maybe he fell off after everyone went offensive. Policia is always good too. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, I might go with something like that. I think that would be what I would recommend. So, hope that helps you guys out. And, we'll make a couple more videos going into what you exactly need going into the last little bit of the season. But I think I'm parked, guys. We'll see. We'll see what the next, day or so brings. But yeah, fun season, fun end of the season. Kind of wish I got to play this meta a little bit more, but but yeah. So I hope that helps you out, and hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next one, guys. Check it out. Back.